Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? Sun's going down. What's up, Sally? Hold on, let me readjust this. I have the camera over there, so I can't see that far, so I'm gonna use this to make sure I can see you guys' comments. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it clear? What's up, Sarah? Hey, can you guys hear me okay? Alright, cool. We'll just wait a little bit before everybody gets in. What are you guys up to? What's up, Dallas, Texas? Alright, cool. Thanks, Amy. So tonight we got the 1792 that somebody, well, David. We're gonna try this out. Kentucky Straight Bourbon. I heard it was good, so we'll test it out. Put that right there. And Katie, yeah, hey, it's gonna probably get cold tonight over in Apple Valley. What's up, Karen? I'm in Southern California. Kentucky, this is for you. Hey, and look, got the little old Smokies. You guys seen these? Local liquor store, like Bevmo. I know the chains usually carry it. Yeah, Bevmo. What's up, Jade in Arizona? Hope all's well. What up, Just Ray in Canada? What up, Florida? And another follower, we're gonna try Stella, which I've never had. In California. What up, Susan? Hope all's well. What up, Buffalo? Deep Swamp, send me that good. I want the real shit. So you wouldn't call Stella like a winter or cold weather beer, would you? Or not? What's up?
Oh, you're not started yet?
No, you can come out, Dad.
Okay, I was gonna get some more wood.
We're on live right now.
Right?
We're live.
Okay.
That's my dad, guys.
What would you like me to sit?
Let's see.
Right here? I can pull this over.
Yeah, but you got to make sure you're
Okay, let me put. Here, let me just move this. That way.
So
Block
hold on, let me move. Hold on, guys.
Okay.
Let's see. I got it. Okay. And you can sit right there.
Okay. Okay.
What's up, guys? Say hi to my dad.
How y'all doing?
So we can read it right here because we can't see that far.
Okay.
So we're seeing ourselves, but there's
okay.
a slight delay. Someone said, "Hi, Dad. Hey, Dad. Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad." And they're all saying hi.
It's a beautiful night out, that's for sure.
Yep. Got a hand wave. Appreciate you guys. She said that cabin looks so cozy.
Oh, it is. It's very nice inside. Oh.
At least you have a drinking buddy. Doesn't work for 20. She said to you, she sees where your son gets his good looks.
Oh, thank you. No, but yeah, it's a very nice evening. Oh.
Nope, not Crestline. We're in Big Bear. What does your dad think of your big girl content? My dad really hasn't seen my videos about the big girls. I mean, he has, but he doesn't really go on social media. Temperature. What is the temperature? Do you have a phone on? I don't know. It feels like.
Oh, yeah, I do.
It feels like maybe.
Let's see here.
High 50s, I want to say.
Let's see. Right now it's 46 degrees.
Yeah, so 46 degrees. So that looks perfect there.
And peaceful too.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys can share the live, we'll wait about 5 minutes, and then I gotta go to a shot class. Actually, I had one.
Oh, they're right in here.
Here's one.
Okay, watch out. So you don't.
Oh, that's.
Where's the bottom? There's right there.
One. And then we'll go ahead and try these and these.
Oh, I'd definitely be crawling.
Turn the camera on. If I turn the camera around, you're going to be facing a wooden fence. So, no. Hello from Texas. We got 44 people in here. What are the little bottles? They're the, Midnight Moonshine. They come in small little bottles. And then we found Old Smoky in the small bottles. This one is blackberry. And we got apple pie. And apple pie.
Oh. On shot glasses.
That's pretty much, yeah, but that's strong.
Oh,
804, hello from Wisconsin. Yeah, I do have trees around me, but we have like a wood fence right here and lights. I mean, I can turn around, but the lighting, it'll be hard for you guys to see the trees. You can get them at your local chain liquor store. Like, I don't know, if you're in California, you can go to Bevmo, you know. Hello from Tennessee. Hello, Justin. What's up, Brianna? Do you guys have your alcohol? Is Vanessa in here to tell us a good story?
Okay.
Hey from Connecticut. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate that. Hello from Texas. What's up, Texas? Thanks, Amy, for the likes. Appreciate it. Your dad is a good-looking man.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, David? Say, David, I make sure you moderate, man. We're gonna go ahead and start doing this, but if anybody acts a fool, block them. So David is the one that donated this for us to try out. So he's also my moderator in the live. Thanks, Victoria. Yeah, it looks cozy. Do you think is the lighting good? You can see us clearly. Yeah, it looks good, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for the likes, guys. Appreciate it. Feel free if anybody wants to chime in, if anybody has a good story. What's up, Sweet Tracy? Alright, so it does look good. Like, there's no, like, buffering on your guys' end. Like, the motion's clear. We can absolutely see you. Great smile, Justin. Hey, appreciate that. I hate it. Are both of you single? Hey. No dating conversations in this live. Hi from West Virginia. What's up, Hannah from West Virginia? Thanks, David, for the crown. Those are basically like gifts.
Oh, is that right? Oh, okay.
Appreciate it. So, I mean, are you guys drinking or are we drinking alone? Nice cabin. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it. And we do appreciate all of you that have donated to the beer fund through Cash App. It helped a lot. It helped make this happen. We want to do more of this with you. We're going to try out here in about 5 minutes this whiskey we've never tried before. This was donated by David Castillo. He's in the live. He's also my moderator. So we're going to go ahead and try this Kentucky bourbon out. I've never tried Stella. Have you had Stella?
Yes.
Okay, my dad has, so don't say anything. Okay. I haven't tried Stella. So someone sent in a donation for me to try the Stella. And then we have a few little things that we're going to try out as well. No worries, David. Stella is so good on tap. Yeah, we'll try that out. David likes Stella too. Anybody have any stories? We're waiting on Vanessa to get in here. She's an investigator, a forensics investigator, and she said she could tell us one story. I don't know if she's in here. But we're gonna start getting into this. If you guys can go ahead real quick, everyone that's in here, share this live at least once, and then like it for about the next 2 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and try out this stuff, and let you know what we think of it. What kind of stories do you want? Keep them PG rated. They could be ghost stories. They can be real life stories. They could be funny stories. Whatever you want. I was doing a college report on BK commercial making. I was there for 5 hours. Look at them draw. Hey, David, you want to hop in the live? grill marks on them and rejoice them into a grill for sizzle. My new house is haunted. Our life, you want to get on and tell us about why you think your house is haunted? Oh, that's all right, David. No worries. I don't want to scare your family away. They're loud. All right, let's go ahead and. Dad, you want to try and open that? We're gonna let Pops open the whiskey. Might just peel that top off, and then we got our shot glass. What's up, Chelsea? Appreciate that. Make sure you share our live. Let's get more people in. We're about to test out this whiskey that David donated to us. Oh,
there it is.
You got it?
Yep, there you go.
So it is open. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's kind of like a half cork. Your dad is the cutest.
Thank you.
All right, our life's purpose. Have a good night. Go get to work. While you're at work, we'll be drinking. She said, "Dad's like, pour it." All right, guys. Let me smell it first. Smell it.
Oh, it smells great.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, you probably drink that just like that.
This is good. I'm not a big Kentucky bourbon fan. This stuff gets strong, but yeah, it smells good. It smells like it's not cheap alcohol, if that's a thing. Come to the South for beer and whiskey. Yeah, it does smell smooth.
Yeah.
Come to the South for beer and whiskey. Hey, Vanessa, you're in here. You want to tell us a story or what? All right, well, I think Dad's getting impatient. He wants to get lit, so let's try this. I'll just do a little. We don't want Pops getting wasted. Do you want me to try the first shot, or do you want my dad to try the first shot? I'm going to let you guys determine that. So we'll leave it right here. It's ready to go. David said Dad. Jess said me. So we're tied right now. Dad's got 2. Me. So we're tied. Dad, we got 3. Dad's got 3. I came from the content. I'm staying for Dad. Appreciate that, Chelsea. So you want him to try the first shot? Dad, I think you're going to be the winner taking it first because they're starting to say you. Pops. Hey, Justin. Hey, Pops. What's up, Steph? All right, everyone's saying Dad. All right, so, hey, David, thanks again for this. Kentucky bourbon. I've never had it before. My dad's never tried it either. But y'all just wanted him to try it first, so we're going to have Dad give us his 2 cents on what he thinks, if it's smooth, if it's too strong, if it's too light, and maybe compare it to, I don't know. Yeah, whatever else you're drinking as far as that goes. I don't see the request, Vanessa. Let us try this shot real quick and then try it again, and then I'll put you into the live so you can tell everybody your story. All right, they're saying go. Okay, so we're going to have Dad go ahead and try out the 1792. Yep, 1792. Okay. And then here's some water for you, Pops.
Smells good.
All right.
Here we go.
Bottoms up.
No, it's actually very good.
Is it? So
And it's
describe
easy
it.
enough to drink straight like that. You know, it goes down smooth.
Okay.
So,
Okay. What would
yeah.
you compare? It's this
Mm.
this bottle was about, for this size, about $40.
Oh yeah.
What do you think you can compare it to?
Oh, nowadays. Oh shoot.
I mean, it's Kentucky bourbon, so
Yeah.
I'm not really in that. I'm mostly just a Jameson whiskey or Jack
Yeah.
Daniels, so I don't.
Yeah, but you know,
Above,
the bourbons are really good anyway.
So,
So this was.
if I want to go the realm of whiskey, above Jack Daniels, better. I mean, it costs more.
Yeah, to me, for drinking straight with a shot, to me this is smoother than Jack.
Okay.
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 Jack's good if you're gonna mix it, or you just
Jack and Coke.
Right.
Okay,
right.
so this tastes like quality.
Yes,
I mean,
it does
it's $40,
to me.
right?
Yes,
It's not
no,
$200.
it tastes like quality.
Okay.
To me.
All right, do you hear that, guys? It's like a treat. Dad's the goat. Cheers. Make sure Vanessa's. All right, let me go ahead and try it real quick. My dad can drink better than I can, so.
On the young days.
Yeah. Vanessa, usually the request pops up. I haven't seen anything pop up yet, but give me a second. Let me take this shot, and then I'll figure it out. I've never added anybody into a live, so. Are you guys ready for Vanessa to hop in and tell us a story at her job? I'm a beer lady myself. If you guys want to hear a crazy story by, well, I don't know if it's too crazy. Vanessa said, Vanessa, what do you do? Put it in the comments. Exactly what you do. And then everybody, before I bring her in, I need you guys to share this and like it as much as possible, so she's not telling a story to two people. Forensic Homicide Investigator. Yeah, keep hitting like, share this live, guys. And then I'll go ahead and I'm gonna take the shot, and then we'll pull Vanessa in to tell us a story. I'm curious. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's burning my throat, but it is smooth. I think it hit me a little bit harder than I thought it would. Yeah, it tastes better quality definitely than Jack. But I personally, I think, well, I mean, if you're going just straight Irish whiskey, it's completely different from Kentucky bourbon. So I really can't compare this with Jameson. Jameson's the only whiskey I really drink. On a 1 to 10 scale, what would you give this?
Okay, I'm
For
trying
that one taste.
What I've tasted all around, let's see, I would say, to me, it tastes good to me. Like, it didn't have problems swallowing it, even just taking a shot straight up.
Yeah, you see how my dad didn't choke up when he did it, but I did. Told you he can drink better than I can.
You know, because I know there's others that's really smooth, but then you're talking about you're going to pay for it.
Right.
Price on this, good quality. The price is great. I'd give it, let's go with an 8 on this at least.
All right, my dad says 8. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1792, he gives it an 8. Anybody else in this room have had this before? Chasing Laura, so you've had it before? What do you give it, Chasing Laura? We'll just call you Laura. From 1 to 10, like, if you've had this probably more than we have. Yeah, David Pops gave it an 8. My dad's easy. She says she gives it an 8. Laura, I think you're just kissing ass. I make old fashions with it. I don't know what that is.
No fashion?
It says old
Drink.
fashioned.
Yeah, old fashioned.
Oh, she said nah. Okay, so thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. So Pops gives 1792 on a scale of 1 to 10. He gives it an 8. It's good quality for the price. I think I got this size for I think it was like $42 or some stuff like that. For me, I probably give this like I'm not a big Kentucky bourbon fan. It wasn't as smooth for me, but like I said, my dad can drink better than I can, so we're on two different scales. Me, I give it a 6 at least. It's not bad for the price. But if we're not looking at the Kentucky bourbon aspect of it, we're just looking at whiskey. I still have Jameson that I would prefer over this. But I'm not a professional drinker. I just drink what I like, and so does my dad. So my favorite is Basil Hayden. Have you ever had that?
No.
I wonder where... Okay, Vanessa, did you send that invite to go live? Does it just sit there? Let me look. Oh, multi-guest. There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you there, Vanessa?
Yeah. Hey.
All right, hold on, Vanessa. Can everybody hear Vanessa in the chat? We just had wild turkey.
Hey guys.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Vanessa, you
So
could talk to them like if they ask you.
this is my first case ever. I was 20 years old, and it was in Phoenix, Arizona. I used to work at the county morgue.
Okay.
So we got a call about a homeless guy that found a torso in the middle of the desert.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
And it was like in a one of those Rubbermaid storage containers. It was
Jeez.
huge. It was, yeah.
Holy
So he
crap.
had started. It was, yeah, it was huge. So this guy started cutting the plastic away with the bottom of a bottle. It was like broken. He started cutting away, and he saw the torso in there. So when we got there, it was about September-ish,
Okay.
like around September, October. So it was 6 weeks decomp. So it
Wow.
smelled like horrendously. It was my first case ever, homicide case, and so this torso had electrical wire wrapped around his waist. He had like half, like jeans cut off, like it was cut off at the mid thigh,
Holy
and
crap.
it was nasty, like it was slippage and all that stuff and
Wait, wait,
decomp.
so wait, so you were you actually at the site?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So let me ask you, right? Because, obviously, um, I've never been around a decomposing. Have you?
No.
Okay. Because, I mean, movies can only tell you certain things. Like, what is the smell like? What would you compare it to, if there is anything to compare it to?
So have you ever had like a rotting flesh, like left a piece of meat in the summer outside, or like anything like,
Like,
you
maybe
like
like
a
a
freezer
cold
went out or
food.
something like that, like rotting meat?
I mean, I can imagine what you're talking about now. I think
Yeah,
that was a
it's
pretty good.
basically like that, except 100 times worse.
Damn.
So
So,
it was, and the thing is, we had to take it back to the morgue, and it was obviously unidentified. We had to do DNA, and it turns out that it was this guy's ex-wife that cut him up with her current boyfriend,
uh-huh.
and she was actually a showgirl, and ended up on an episode of Snapped, and
Really?
she killed him. Yeah, she was a showgirl in Las Vegas. He was an
Okay.
art dealer in Scottsdale, and she was caught on a video in Home Depot buying everything to kill him with. Like
What?
he with his credit card, mind you, with
Oh,
his
that's
credit card.
wrong. That's
Yeah,
dirty.
yeah. So they cut him up. They put him in the container, and they put him in the middle of the desert. And if you've ever been to the Phoenix area, it was in a nice area at the time. I mean, it's a nice area that like they dumped him in. Um, so thankfully that someone found him and reported it. But yeah, he ended up. Um, so I think the name was like Showgirl, like Las Vegas Showgirl. She ended up on an episode of Snapped, and she got second degree homicide charge,
Wow.
and I think she's still serving prison time. And
Well,
her boyfriend also got accessory after the
I, I,
fact.
I I would hate to be the guy that ends up dating her later on.
Yeah, like so she did it for the money, obviously. And
Right.
that's the number one that's number two killers is usually love and money. That's like
Right.
money's the number one, love is the second one. But
Yep. I
yeah,
agree.
so that was my first case ever, and I've had another case like I've had other cases where it wasn't homicide, it was just um like I've had one case where this guy, I don't know if you want me to tell you this, it's a little grosser than normal, but
Go ahead.
it's
Just
kind
kind
of
of watch like certain things because I don't know if TikTok will like kick me off alive.
okay. So I'll do my best to kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Oh,
church
yeah.
it
Go
up.
ahead.
So there's this guy that we had. I was working that's when I started with the police department after. It was a welfare check, and the neighbor called, and it was two floors. So the neighbor was on the bottom floor. The person that they wanted to do the welfare check was right above him. So the neighbor called and he said, you know, I haven't seen my neighbor for a while, but I'm smelling something. Okay,
Uh-oh.
well, so we went up and um, we did the welfare check, and obviously, like you could, as soon as you get to the door, like you could smell it through the door. So how this person did not smell decomp? I mean, there was flies on the door. So
Oh
how you
man.
can't determine like that it was not like there's something going on? I don't know
Right.
why,
Right.
but so we opened the door, and we have a law in Arizona that you can obviously go in there with exigent circumstances, with most jurisdictions do.
Right.
Um, so we opened the door, and as soon as you open the door, it was like a wall of smell just hit you of decomp, and you're like,
Oh
oh
no.
man, like
Right.
it was rancid. Like I don't think I've ever smelled this anything this bad in my entire life, and I smelled burnt bodies. I smelled everything else. There's
Oh.
no comparison after a few days.
Wait. So is like burnt bodies like if I burn steak? Is it kind of like that? Like that smell?
Okay, have you ever like singed your hair?
Yes.
Okay, so it's worse than that.
Okay. So it's a unique smell. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very unique smell.
Okay. Got it. Got
Um, so this guy, so um, the bathroom was above the neighbor's bed downstairs. So this guy's bathroom above was below the neighbor below had his bed right below the bathroom. He was in
Okay.
the guy that we had went to go do the welfare check on. We found him in in the bathtub, and it was basically human soup.
Oh, wait. So how long does it take to do that?
It depends because it depends on like the water temperature. It depends on um, it just depends on like how like the water temperature, how long they've been there. Because after
Right.
after that, you have to take actually like vitreous fluid from their eye. You have to stick a needle in their eye, and
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, so it
Jeez.
had been spilling out onto the floor below and basically soaked through the floor down to the neighbor. So we go down and we tell the neighbor, I'm sorry to tell you this, but your neighbor is dead. And he goes, well, he goes, and it had been soaking through. He goes, oh, so that's what I've been tasting.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that sucks. Oh, dang.
Every detective, every person literally just wanted to throw up in their mouth at that point. So, yeah, he
Oh.
basically tasted human soup.
Oh.
Yeah, so
That's
I,
crazy.
yeah, like you can only imagine what that, like, I think everyone just was like, yeah, we just had to walk away from that situation. But yeah.
Wait, so you told us the story about the first case. So what I want to know is how long were you on the job until your first case hit that you had to deal with that and see that torso?
I started in August and got the call in September. So it was probably
Okay.
about a few, maybe like 3 weeks.
Okay. So
So I mean,
so
like,
what were your, I mean, obviously you went into it knowing what you were going to get into, but was there like after that happened, was there kind of like what were your feelings like? Like, wow, okay, this has just got real or
so I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a surgeon when I
okay.
was growing up. So I had been around bodies literally through high school. I had been around dead bodies doing
Okay, so
cadavers.
you're used to it.
I wasn't afraid of anything that wasn't like. I think the most apprehension I had was dealing with the decomp and burnt bodies. And
Uh,
to this day, still, kids' bodies are still kind of my, like, where it's hard to get into, obviously, because it's a kid. But, yeah, it's, so, yeah, it's still kind of
mm,
like, so I typically, like, I got 5 cases last week of homicide, just in the, I mean, like, and it's just because
wow.
it's what's going on.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so it just, it just depends on, I've had another case where this guy, he was not high on meth, he was high on spice. He killed his wife, he beheaded her, he beheaded his dog.
Damn.
He
I think you're starting to scare my dad.
um he beheaded his wife, put the dog's head in the laundry basket, and um he dug out his eye with a spoon, and he
Wow.
put his arm in a garbage disposal.
Damn. That's
Like,
called
he was
I'm
really
pissed
high.
off.
I mean, he was higher than I think. Yeah, he was high.
Wow. Oh,
Um, so it
gee.
just depends on like what you're dealing with and how much you can take. And then
Yeah, I
there's
could have
sad
done that.
cases. Like, there's really sad cases that that get to you, and I've had a few of those too.
Yeah, because a lot of that, how do you get like, like
Without PTSD.
yeah, like exactly, like how do you get those images out of your head, so you're not reliving that case, you know what I mean? Like that's gotta be hard.
It just depends on the case. Like, I had a case back in January.
Hmm.
It brought back my PTSD. This girl was killed by her boyfriend and dumped in another county, and her body was found. And we knew that our boyfriend did it, so we had to keep him for other charges until we can
Right,
get the body. But she was found, and it brought back my PTSD from a long time ago.
right.
Um, and it's. I know this is gonna sound weird, and I actually gotten bored with homicide.
Uh-huh.
I know that's hard to, to even say that, but you do get bored with it because there's no challenge in it.
Right.
So, and you see the same cases over and over again. Yeah, so it just depends. Like, when I was working at the morgue, I saw cases statewide, well, countywide, I should say, because it's county. But like, when I was working at the morgue, I had a guy that did his own electric shock therapy on himself. Um,
Wait, in
and
his
I'm
house?
not gonna even tell you where that was
Yeah, I'm sure it's
because
his
every
mouth.
guy can, I'm sure, imagine and go that. Yeah. Um,
My
so,
dad's into that. I'm just kidding. I'm not.
and like, we had to call the bomb squad for that one because he
Wow.
had pipe bombs, and his parents had. They said that they had no idea. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, we had to call the bomb squad for that one.
Wow.
Um, so it just depends on, like, there's any case that can get you, or you're thinking, oh, there's always going to be one case that you will never solve ever, and you have to
Right.
be okay with that. So it just
Right.
depends.
Yeah, because you're not gonna win everything, right? Figure it out. That
No,
yeah.
yeah, and I am like super detailed. I'm like detail oriented, and I find the littlest things that no one will also find. I found warrants that people had never even knew that they even had. So I find stuff that people don't even know that they existed. And I am it's super like almost obsessive about it because I
Yeah.
will find when something doesn't like it's not sounding right and I even call it out. Um, it just people kind of like think of me as like you will not let this go, and I said no, why? Like
Right.
so,
No, I mean, but
uh,
that's a good thing, right? Like, I think those
yeah,
departments need people like you.
yeah. Um, and just like that's the thing is people don't realize, and what bothers me is that people want to. They don't realize what work that we do when we get PTSD, just like officers do, and we
Yep,
get
I agree. Yeah, I mean,
and
those are images you're not meant to see. You know what I mean?
yeah, like we see the worst of the worst of the worst, and we see people at their absolute worst possible day, like literally
Yep.
the worst possible day. Either you're a victim or you're getting arrested.
Yep.
That's basically it. So either you're on one end of the spectrum or the other end. And that's the things people don't realize that you're about to take someone's life, whether they're going to be in court or they're going to be losing their life or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Man.
And yeah, and the department does get us therapy. I mean, because we do go through so much, we do see so much, and there's times where I'm up at night because it's been a long day and I'm so exhausted, but
Sure. I
you
get that.
cannot get those images out of your head.
Yeah, like
So,
I commend you for handling that. Wait, so how long have you been doing this up to right now?
16 years.
Wow. Okay. So you're like you're
Yeah, and it's a little, and also like desensitizing too. Like
right.
people, like I've been to several funerals, and um, like my brother, he committed suicide 18 years ago. I had to tell
Wow.
my parents.
Sorry
I
to
was the
hear
one
that.
that had to tell. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, kind of situation, and I've
Right.
dealt with it. But I like after a while, you go to so many funerals that you can't cry anymore. You literally have no more
Right.
tears to get. It's like, and
Yeah,
that's
you get desensitized, right?
yeah, and that's partly why I mean, eventually out of it because it is you are desensitized towards a lot of stuff. Like
Right.
anything you see, I mean, a car accident, anything. The only thing one thing is I would say is that kids are still always going to be the
Oh
one
yeah.
thing that you're like, it will
Yep.
never, it'll always phase you.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever get over stuff like that, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I've had several cases where I've been put on protective details and stuff like that because of what I'm dealing with and who I'm dealing with. Because I mean, we are a border state, so therefore we have other cases that are dealing with drug deals and stuff like that.
Right.
So I've had been protective details and like that, and people having to put me under protection because of that. And so, and
Yep.
I have had, I mean, my testimony has convicted people that were going to be put to death, and their families did not like it, obviously. But again, I can't, I can only stop what them from reoffending. I can't do anything else.
Yep. I agree. I agree.
So, but yeah, I mean, like there's and people. The only thing is, I would say that I mean, like probably the darkest because that's the only way that you're gonna deal with it. That's the thing is, and we laugh at the most inappropriate things, but that's how we have to deal
I'm
with
sure.
it.
I'm sure they're like Vanessa. That's not funny.
When I've said that, like I'm like, I have people like my own family like it's not funny. I said, trust me, in my line of work, it was funny. So it's just you just kind of have to deal with it and get the weird stares, get the weird looks, get the So I try not to let it affect me, and I try not to do any jokes that are particularly around sensitive people.
Right. Right.
Um,
Well,
I try
and
not to offend anyone because therefore, like, I don't want to offend, and like my sense of humor is way darker than a lot of other people's.
right.
And I do my best to kind of fill them out and see how they are about it. Um, but I do my best not to offend anyone, and I make sure
Yeah.
that I'm not saying anything that will be off color or off, just because
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not sure
because
how they're gonna take it.
Right, especially today, right? There's more
Yeah,
sensitive people
like
than there was 10 years ago.
yeah, and I mean, I grew up in the 80s. I was born in
Yep.
84. I grew up in like when you laughed at stupid shit. I mean, sorry,
Yep.
but like when you laughed at stupid stuff, like you laughed at the stuff that people would not normally laugh at.
Right,
Um,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's a different, the new generation. A lot of people are sensitive. So no, that's good that you notice that and you kind of draw that line. So
yeah,
you said you've been doing that for about what, 16 years? Like how much longer are
yeah.
you going to keep doing it till you retire?
I may actually I'm up for a promotion. So I actually may be going to a different division, and it's actually either a sexual offender division or crimes against children, or
Okay.
so I'm not entirely sure, or cold cases. It just depends on where I want to land in.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of examining it's and also I've been working like the shift that I'm on. I work second shift, so I'm usually up kind of late. I also want to get to more normal life. I'm like, that's a
Of
problem
course.
is that you're
Get
always
some
up.
sleep.
Yeah, there's been times where I've been up for 30 some hours, 40 hours, and I don't get to bed until like later at night.
Jeez.
Um,
Wait,
so
doing what you do, is that like without going into too many details, is that like that's like a salary position or is that hourly? Like do you get
no, it's
overtime working on
hourly.
those
So
hours?
yeah, we get overtime. And yeah,
Got it.
2020 happened. I worked 600 hours of overtime
Wow.
in
Jesus.
just 2020, yeah, alone. So, it was a busy year.
Damn.
So
That's
yeah,
not a good thing though,
it was
right?
exhausting. There are times that I was working like 16-hour days, 14-hour days. There was a few
Man,
where I literally was up for 24 hours at a time. And
wow.
it was um like about 2015 we had two serial killer cases, and I was
Wow.
awake for I don't know how many days. Like, and I've talked to other people that are in the military, and they're like, you're literally on where you're always on and you're always going and you don't have a break and you don't have that off switch, and that's hard, is to have that off switch. So
Do you drink a lot of rock stars?
I tried not to, just because I try not to get in the cycle because after a while it doesn't do anything. So what's the point of doing anything?
That's the problem with
So
me
I
because I drink a lot of time.
yeah,
Now it's just for the taste.
exactly. So I try, and I have to switch it up too. Like I can't drink the same things either. The one thing that I was gonna say is getting into this job. You almost get where people like you start drinking, and that's the one thing is that you don't want to get into that habit of drinking to numb the pain.
Right,
That's the one
right.
thing is that when you start noticing that you're drinking more just to like get to sleep or to numb the pain of seeing all those images and seeing the families and all that, that's the one thing that you try not to do, is that you try not to numb that pain, because guess what? If you numb that pain and desensitize yourself, it's hard to get back to it now, but it'll be even worse when you replace it with a drink or whatever. So I tend to not drink because of that, because I do want to
Good.
be able to feel something later on. So I
Yeah.
try not to do that.
Yeah, just like Lily said, self-care is important. So you're right on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So, and I also go to see like I go to therapy. Like I go just because it is to talk to someone that no one knows you and no one has that judgment against you, and it's honestly like people will get that stigma of therapy is not good for you. It's honestly the best thing. Like to not, I mean, to exactly to talk to someone and let them hear you out. Like that's the one thing
Right.
I want to say, is that that's the one thing that you should do.
Yep.
Getting to this
I agree.
field is Shanlin. So it's definitely something that you should do. It does. There should be no stigma against it, because honestly, it's self help in the best
It is.
ways that you're getting out.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree.
So
And
that's
it's
the
good.
one thing.
It's kind of like you're shaking up a soda can, right?
Yeah, like so. Yeah, but so I mean, there's been a few. like, I will always have those cases, and I'll always carry them with me. Hopefully, I'll solve one that I have had for years, and I will eventually get to where I get to close that case and get to leave basically with everything, case closed.
Yep. Yeah. So
Um,
I know you kind of touched on like these other departments that you might want to transition to. Within your department now, is that like an easy move for you to do?
it would, yeah, it's a generally easy move. It's just depending on where you want to be and what, like, I get bored easily. I have ADD and I get bored. So if there's no challenge for me, I will easily get bored. So
Yeah.
the department that I'm looking at, I had to look and re-examine what departments are gonna serve me well, where I'm not gonna be bored, but I'm also not gonna have the images. And I mean, crimes against children.
Right.
Um, I not that I like. I feel like I could do these best served there because I have experienced my own
Got
when
it.
I was younger. So I feel like I'm a better position to help a kid in that
Got it.
position. Um,
That makes sense.
and then sexual offender, I'm not sure if I'm like best served there, but it's a team of three right now. It's a cold case, sexual offender, and crimes against children, and
Got it.
that's where I'm kind of like leaning towards. There's another position that would they want me to take, but I'm not sure that. I think I would get so bored because I would be. I mean, I'm on board now in homicide, and I've done that for forever. So
Yeah, you gotta make sure, like, especially if you're gonna do that for another 16 years doing something, right, that you enjoy it as well. Like, it's a great thing that someone like you is doing stuff like this, because if we didn't have people like you, you
yeah,
know,
and
we
that's the
wouldn't know
thing
what the
is,
hell's going on.
and
You
that's
know?
another thing is like I try not. I do not. I mean, I do my best not to watch the news. I mean, I get the news obviously because I'm in the news and I watch. I mean, I hear about it, but I try not to let it affect me because
Right.
it's almost like you have to have outside, like you can't have outside influences, and that's the one thing is you try not to do all that. So
You
I,
just gotta get rid of cable and get rid of the TVs.
oh yeah, I don't have cable at all. I haven't watched
Well,
TV since 2019. Honestly,
good.
like I rarely watch it. Even if I'm going to watch it, it's very far and few between. Usually I'm going to the gym just because I need something to rest my mind.
Cool.
Um, so I
Yeah,
do
I
something
mean that's a
else. I
good
do
thing.
everything else other than watch TV. Honestly,
Well,
the only thing
I
I put on TV is to watch like background noise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that helps me get to sleep too. That, or I'll play like, like thunderstorm sounds in the background.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I think that's good, especially, if you've done certain things throughout the day. Like for me, whether it's stress or not, like having that white noise or any kind of
yeah,
background noise kind of helps, so you're not just, when it's completely quiet at night, all you're doing is thinking. So when you
yeah,
have that background sound, it kind of helps you not think so you can rest. But I know
yeah,
you say you don't really watch TV, but I do appreciate you watching my videos.
yeah, yeah. I do, and I mean a good supporter, and I mean I think that women that are plus size have gotten a bad rap because it's either that's something that they can't control or whatever. But
Right. Yeah,
I
because you
go to
don't
the
you don't
gym
know
like
you don't know. I mean, there could be
yeah,
a lot of reasons, right? Maybe they eat a lot, right? Maybe it's
yeah.
self-indulgent. Maybe it's a health issue. Nobody knows.
Well, that's the thing is like I'm tall, um, and I'm like slightly on the larger side, but I still go
Hmm.
to the gym. I work out like I work 16 hours a day. I go to the gym 2 hours a day. I eat healthy, like. But the
Good.
thing is, I have no thyroid whatsoever. I was born without a thyroid. There is
Wow.
nothing I can do to control that. I cannot like magically put in a thyroid. Um,
So thyroid
so
issues,
that's the
man.
one thing is that I cannot magically put in the thyroid gland and just magically get it out of like and there's no doctor that can basically grow one and put a thyroid gland in you because they don't produce the same amount of hormones.
Right.
So, but I still like I get told I'm lazy even though I work. 24 hours. I get told that
Yeah,
even if
yeah,
I go to the
because
gym,
well, it's because it's society, right? They see a certain
yeah,
thing, right? They'll profile you, right? Like that's just
yeah,
I don't think that will ever go away. So I mean, all you can do is just understand, right? And that's how
yeah.
society is. And there's people. I mean, it's hard to be that way, but I think to a certain extent, maybe everybody, including myself, you know, will do a little bit of that where we shouldn't, right? But I think it's just I don't know. I think it's just because we're human. I don't know if that's ever going to change.
Yeah, and I think we also have it's a slight judgment on ourselves because either that we're not doing
Right.
enough or and I think we are our own worst critics. We are our harshest, you know, critics, and that's I mean that regardless of what the thing is, and I'm gonna say this in I think women need to stop bashing other women because of size or society or whatever. Like honestly, like we are instead of like bashing a woman because of her size or bashing her because of what she cannot change,
Right.
like lift her up. Like it's not that
Yeah.
hard to do. You're human. We're all human. We're all basically what's under all that is flesh, bones, and blood. That's it. Like
Yep.
that's it. That's all you have to do. And that's the thing is I think women are too harshest on
Exactly.
ourselves and other women especially. Like
Yep.
honestly, if a woman is at the gym, then like I've had so many women at the gym see me and they're like holy crap, like I can see you changing, and they're like that's amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
That's encouragement.
like and I like yeah, and I've had guys at the gym that say, look, like you're here, and the thing is, I've had people like come up to me literally out of the blue and say, I've seen you here day after day after day, and I am like the like I've had people literally come up to me and just say, "Look, I can't believe like how much you've changed in just a short amount of time."
Yep.
Um,
I mean, that's good. That means you're doing the work too, right?
yeah,
'Cause
so
you do
it's
have
not
people
like
out
it's
there that
impossible, it's just harder. But I think
right,
that if you
right.
have a friend that goes with you, or if you have a friend that understands like what you're going through, or even if you're in a depressed mode, and that's the thing is another thing is that we all get depressed. We have all these like where life hits us and continues to hit us. And the one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to do anything. And I've been in that position, but that's the one time that you should go. Like do
Right.
something, walk around. It's and I understand there's there's health issues or whatever, or whether it's your limbs or whatever, but I will like if someone needs me there, I will be there regardless of what they're going through. Because guess what? I've been in that position. I've been in that where I didn't want to do anything because I was either getting hammered at work, I was getting hammered at home, I was getting hammered in every direction. I was being pulled in 20 different directions, and the one thing I didn't want to do is go outside. But guess what? I had to because
You have to.
your discipline is bigger than should be bigger than your motivation. It really should. Like it
Yep.
should so I mean
I agree.
um
I agree. Yeah, shut up.
so I mean it doesn't matter how good you are, like just get
Yep.
out there. And I mean I've had friends, I've had guy friends call me and they're like super depressed and they're like, I don't know what to do. I said, if you need me there, I will be there. I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning. If you need a phone call, I will call you like to get your ass out of bed or whatever.
That's right. There you go. And that's a good friend. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it, Vanessa.
Yeah. So but I think we just need to stop being so catty. I think we need to stop being so judgmental because you don't know what the person is going through. You have no idea what they've been through. You have no idea what their story is. You don't know have an idea what their journey's been, and you don't have any idea what their chapters they're currently in their life. You
You
don't
don't
understand that.
yeah, and I think, you know, we're all human, and I always talk about, everybody's different, right? And it goes back to the old days when we had tribes, right? And tribes are battling each other. Everybody looked different. They were still, if you look different, they were going to go to war with you. I think we still have that. That's human mentality. But I think you're right. I think it might not change as far as just okay. I guess judging a book by its cover, right? But I think it's
Hmm.
more of before you say anything, before you think of anything, at least have that programmed into your brain that maybe a certain way that this person is or the way they're acting is because something's going on with them. Let me think about that first before judging them, right? I think if people can just think that way, right? Because I don't know, I think the profile, I don't know, I think that's going to be hard. I think it's just more of people just need to kind of step back and just say, hey, maybe they're going through something, right? Let me step back. They might be having a bad day. Maybe something happened at work. Maybe they have health issues. Maybe somebody passed away and it's making them spiral out of control. Maybe they need my help instead of me. I agree with you. I think it's a hard thing to accomplish, but I think it comes with education. So I agree with you on education, and I think sooner or later it gets better and
Yeah.
better. You would think.
And like I just think that we are in the I mean, if we've learned anything from the past 2 years, it's stop judging, stop assuming, stop making just like we've lost people that we shouldn't have lost. We've gained people that we gained and didn't think we would. And I think we just need one is to appreciate who we have on this earth, and that's it. Like it doesn't
That's it.
I
matter,
agree.
You only live once.
like it shouldn't really
You only
matter
live
what
once.
you believe in.
Like
Yeah,
like who cares
so
about the other stuff, right?
exactly. So those are superficial things, and um just appreciate who you have in your life. I mean, that's it. Nothing else has taught us about that, but appreciate who you have in your life. Appreciate that you're still walking this earth. And yeah, I mean, life is hard. I mean, whoever said life wasn't hard clearly wasn't living.
They're not living it.
Um, yeah. So I think that we just need to stop assuming and stop judging people based on something that they don't know. Like,
Yep.
if you don't know what, like, and this is the investigator portion of me, but if you don't know their story, guess what? And if they don't want to talk about it, that's on them. But
Yes, I agree.
you don't have to pry, but you can ask questions like, is there something going on? Did you need someone to talk to?
I agree.
What is going on? That
I
if you
agree.
need a friend, what is going on? Um, like there's people that are like the past 2 years, people have been depressed because they either don't know what's gonna happen or they're scared, and that's the thing is that they go back into their shell or whatever, or they're just like they're lost.
Yep.
And I think we just need to stop judging people and move on, like whatever it is, what it is kind of situation, and help that person. Like we came together like 21 years, like 20 years ago, and for some reason we can't do that now. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my dad's getting drunk over here. Do you have an answer for that? I don't think anybody does.
I'm not drunk.
No, he's just slightly inebriated. That's all.
No,
No,
So,
I think he's invested into your stories.
no, I'm just listening. Yes.
Yep.
so yeah. But yeah, I think we just need to stop judging. And
Yeah.
social media it's a curse and a blessing. It brings people together, but it also tears people apart.
That is true.
Yep.
And that's the thing
You
is that
gotta know how to handle it and
yeah, exactly.
do it
And
for the right. I thought I saw something on the screen.
yeah, so I mean, that's the thing is don't let it get to you. Don't let people's
Yep.
opinions, because guess what? Everyone is gonna have an opinion. Doesn't mean that they're right.
Yep. I agree.
So,
Yeah, well,
you
and that's the
know,
thing, right? People believe what they,
yeah,
I try to stay away from any of the news on social media because half of it ain't real anyways.
exactly. So and that's another thing is like I make my own, I find my not assumptions, but I make my own opinions based on someone's story, based on what they say from their mouth. And I never judge someone because guess what? I don't know what they've been through. I don't know what they're currently in the, I can't make an assumption or judgment based on limited information. And that's the investigator in me that if I don't know the whole story, then why I can't make a conclusion or draw a conclusion from that because I
Yep,
don't
I
know.
agree.
So,
I agree
yeah.
with that. I agree with that.
But yeah, so I mean, a lot of it is based on, and I that's how I look at most situations that Um, I make a conclusion based on what someone tells me. Now, if they're leaving information out, then I can only do it based on what they tell me. I can't force it out of them. But there's tricks to that too. But yeah, so you kind of people tell you. And the thing is, a lot of people thing is people are they are creatures of habit. They will do something and they're not even realizing that they're doing it. And that's the one thing
Yep,
that I always notice.
I
Um,
agree.
and I've caught people in many lies, and I've caught people telling and not even realizing that I've caught them in a lie because I'm like, I know what they're doing and I've seen it. So yeah, but so I do enjoy my job, but I do get bored with
Good.
it just because
Well,
I've done it
yeah,
for
I
so long.
mean, well, yeah, I mean that has been a long time, and maybe it is time for you to just change something, and maybe use your motivation and your uh you I don't even know what the word I'm thinking about. You're very detailed, analytical. It seems I would use
Yeah,
that maybe in a new department that could use you, and maybe you can just improve all these different departments, and at the same time have fun, right? Like I
yeah,
know how it goes. You're doing the same thing for. I mean, you've been doing it for 16 years. Maybe you just need to experience something new and try something else, and
yeah,
be the best at that you can be.
definitely, yeah.
So yeah, cool.
But
Go for it. Keep me in touch on that. I don't know if you're following me, but
yeah, I
I
am.
cool, cool. Yeah, I mean, if you need anything, you can go ahead and shoot me a DM or whatnot. I think I might be following you. I'll check after we get off the live, but
Okay.
um, I do appreciate you getting on here, and I think everyone else enjoyed your stories, and you'll probably, hopefully, they'll follow you as well.
Yeah, definitely. I hope so. I hope to hear from you guys, and I hope you guys all have a good night.
Yeah, you too. And like I said, let me know if you need anything, and then if we do this again, I'd like for you to get back on, and if it's new people, tell your stories to them. I think they enjoyed it.
Yeah, I will. I will hopefully news stories to tell if I'm in another department.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Keep me
definitely.
posted. I know you can't say certain things, so
Yeah,
it'll give you plenty of time to kind of get it
yeah,
all prepared. Is that back
yeah,
up? Yeah,
definitely.
go ahead.
You
Go
have a
ahead. Go
good
ahead. I'll
night.
slow it down to talk. He's drunk, so don't.
No, I'm not drunk, but I would like to commend you for what you have accomplished. To be
Thank
honest
you.
with you, I appreciate
16
everything
years.
you have done.
Yeah. Actually, I started my own company too, and I'm hoping to launch that at the end of this year.
What kind of
So I
company?
went to school for chemistry, and
Okay.
like when I started college, I actually developed a biofuel from
Oh,
bacteria, and I also in like now developing it's a water desalination filter. So basically, you're able to get ocean water and convert it to potable water.
really?
Really, yeah. So that's
You're
my
you're
like
just
my
wait. So is this? Are you building it, or is it like already happening now? Like, I mean, that's
yeah.
cool.
I'm currently working on a prototype, and hopefully
Cool.
we'll be able to release it this year. With investors and with grants through the Department of Energy, Department of Agriculture. And my
Awesome.
goal is to basically to get water to areas like Central California that are their water sources are depleted because of lack of precipitation or anything like that. So that's my goal is to basically run my own company. So
I mean, I
hopefully
think
I
you
can
could
do
do it.
that.
If
Yeah.
you sound like a girl that when you want to do something, you want something, you're gonna make it happen. So, I think that's a good thing. I think if that's what you really want to do, I think you'll achieve it. And I'd like
And
for you to.
that's weird that you say that because I do have a tattoo that says it's in Latin and it's either the saying is I will either find a way or make one.
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean,
will either find a way or make one, and that's basically what I've done.
there you go.
So yeah,
You got
but yeah,
this. Got it. Keep me updated. Let me know how that goes.
definitely, yeah, definitely. Everyone has a good night. Thank you for the gifts. I'm sorry if I didn't thank you, but thank you so much. You didn't need to.
Of course. Yeah, yeah. Let's be
Yeah.
friends. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Okay. All right, guys. That was Vanessa. That was a awesome bunch of stories that she
Oh
had,
yes.
huh?
Oh
What
yes.
did you guys think about Vanessa? That was kind of our first. This is kind of our first, you know, Storytime thing, and actually that was pretty good. Would you still date a black woman? We gotta read this because this is like way delayed. Okay, no, it's pretty good. Okay. But did you guys if you just hopped in or if you enjoyed Vanessa's stories, please go follow her. I'm sure she's still viewing this right now. A lot of good stories that she had. Man, I couldn't deal with that stuff. I know somebody else in here had a dating story. Who was that? This should be funny. I might have to drink a couple before we get to that. So real quick, dating.
Well, you gave it to me to drink.
Hey, what's up, Australia? Hey, again, shout out to Vanessa. I appreciate you jumping in here. Next time we do a story time, I want you in it. That way, you know, anything progresses, any new stories, I'd like for you to share it with everybody. Okay, so we got Miss. Just keep it PG. We'd like to hear your dating story. Anyways, real quick, as we were listening to Vanessa, my dad just downed.
It tastes great.
He just downed this whole thing while we're watching. This is the blackberry. Papa was like, "I'm not waiting. I'm drinking."
And nice and smooth. Hey.
Okay, because I buy
like
Old
fruit
Smoky.
punch.
Yeah, I buy Old Smoky, and I buy the other one, Midnight Moon. So, you know, these companies like Old Smoky and Midnight Moon. Obviously, they say, "Hey, it's moonshine" because it's extra strong content. But this isn't real moonshine. Real moonshine is created in the woods under the moon.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it's illegal.
Still.
Yeah, in a still, in a creek, in the middle of the woods. Okay? So, trust me, I know the difference. But at the same time, it is strong. And this
It's
is
smooth.
the blackberry.
Yeah.
You said it's smooth.
Good.
And this is, 20% alcohol. So it's 40 proof.
And also, you get your own shot glass.
And it's basically a shot glass. So
Yeah.
you can get these at your local liquor store.
Yeah.
I'm not sponsored by these guys. You know, just thank you guys for your donations to the beer fund. And I appreciate all the prizes. I really do. Save your money. If you really feel like you need to send me something, just go ahead and send us anything on Cash App. That goes back to so we can make videos like this, get new things, and kind of drink with you guys, and do story time. So just go ahead and do that. David, my moderator, can help you with coordinating all that if you need it, but please save your money. I really don't pay attention to, I don't even know how you cash out prizes on TikTok. I don't know. I think I got like $800 on there. I don't know. My grandpa makes it's white lightning type drink. I am drinking butterbeer. Butterbeer's good. Wait, butterbeer. Like butterbeer. Like no alcohol butterbeer. Like, are we talking about Harry Potter butterbeer? We got a dating story, guys. You guys want to hear another story from one of the people in here? No, we're talking about 3 different whiskey butterbeer. Okay, Laura says she wants to hear a story. Everybody else wants to hear a story? You want me to bring in another guest? Yeah, this is like
And if you excuse me, I'm gonna go get my jacket.
Go get your
The
jacket.
temperature's
I told
dropping.
you.
I know.
Go get it. Go
Okay,
get it.
excuse me all.
Go get it. He'll be back. Okay, everybody's saying yes. Okay. All right, go ahead real quick while we wait. If you guys can tap like, share this live a few times that before we start the new story, and then I'll bring in the new guest. The Stella's pretty good. I mean, it's light. It's okay. What's up, guys? Hey, keep sharing the like. We're about to start our second guest that's got a dating story for us. Hey, what's up, Olivia? Yeah, and we did we did try the whiskey, and I did have a homicide detective, forensic detective, investigator guest telling us a story, and we're about to have our second guest, which is going to tell us a dating story. So stay in. So Miss Angie's asking if she wants to start with the sad story or a funny dating story. I'll let you guys decide. Keep sharing the live. Keep liking the video. In 2 minutes, I'll go ahead and bring in our next guest. I feel like Johnny Carson.
Yeah, but he didn't have a beard.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And he was a legend. Laura said, sad, then funny. I can turn this up a little, too. Get a little bit more heat. Well, probably come up closer.
Yeah, that'll work.
There we go. There we go. Fire! These are getting hot. What's Lena doing?
She's there.
Is she watching live?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, she should have, because that was a good story guest at the beginning. I think I can save it. I'm hoping I can. All right, you guys. I need you guys to share this live a little bit more and like it a little bit more before I bring in the next guest for the next story. Sean's in here watching. Hey, Sean, you still in here? Stay around for the next guest. Here's Dad.
Hey, Sean.
All right, guys, so keep sharing the live. 2 minutes. I'll bring in the next guest. What's our battery at? 25, we're still good. And we're at 35%, we're still good on that one.
Call her up a little bit.
Yeah, zip it up. It looks like it's freezing. It was 90 degrees in Vegas today.
Oh, yeah? Wow.
Hey, I used to live in Vegas for 15 years. I know how the weather is out there, and I know it ain't cold over there, but I think it might be in the lower 40s now. Not camping. We're at the cabin. All right, well, Olivia, make sure you stay in here because I'm bringing in the second guest here shortly. Thank you for the likes. Keep on sharing this live and getting the likes in. We got 1 minute until I bring in the next storyteller. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the roses. Come on, guys, keep sharing it. We gotta bring that number up before I bring in the next guest. I don't want
Talking about me drinking.
I don't want her telling a story to two people. No bear spray, David. Sarah, what are you confused about? How long have you been in here? We had one guest. We're doing campfire stories. Yes, I don't own Torrid. I'm the CEO of Torrid. What's up, Alabama? Thanks for the rose, Laura. Thanks for the $20 donation, Crystal, if you're in here, to the beer fund. I appreciate you, and I will be messaging you. What's up, Steph? I'm about to pull in the second guest. Thank you for the roses. I don't know what the roses do. I think I have like money in there, but you don't have to do that. Don't waste your hard-earned money. If you really want to send me something, whether it's 1 penny or more, just send it to my Cash App. That goes towards the beer fund, so I could do more videos like this. All right, probably about 30 seconds. I'll go ahead and... Did you already send me the live invite so I can accept it? Need an address to send you some Oregon beer. Yeah, that'd be awesome. What I want to do, maybe in a month, I'm going to open up a P.O. box. That way you guys can just send me whatever you want. All right, you guys ready for me to bring in Miss Angie? What's up, Keely? Stay in here. I'm about to bring in a new guest for Storytime. Okay. I think we're at a good number right now to go ahead and bring in the new guest. Give me 1 second. I'll turn this down a little so they can see you and I. I think that's good. Just put your hands right here. I'm surrounded by breweries. Yes, send me some beer. All right, let me accept this invite. We got one sad story and we got one funny story. Miss Angie, you there? Hey, Angie, you there?
I am.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Oh, we're just, my dad's over here getting lit. Oh, let me turn the camera a little. Hold on.
I can turn my camera on even though I'm looking a little rough tonight.
Oh, don't worry about it. We don't judge over here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So so have we determined that you're going to say a sad story first or like the funny one first? What did we figure out?
I think most people said funny first. Okay. It's super short. Went to dinner with Guy. I was complaining about, I lived in Washington, D.C. for 10 years. And I was like, oh my gosh, this place was so expensive. It's not that I couldn't afford it. It was just like drinks were $20. Just an appetizer was $30. And I'm like, dang, this is an expensive night. Now I would have drove my own car if I'd have known, that now I got to pay for an Uber. And so he says, don't worry, I'll call an Uber and I'm heading that direction too. We can just share
hold on.
Uber.
Let me stop you right there. Wait, let's go back to this expensive menu. Did he make you pay for your own? Okay.
No, it was just, I felt bad because it was expensive, but I also felt like he was trying a little too hard. So then I offered to pay for the tip, which would have been it was ridiculous because it was so expensive, but I kind of felt like he was trying a little bit too hard. So So he says, well, let's just share an Uber then. And I said, yeah, that would be perfect. We'll just share an Uber. He was like, well, let me order one for 20 minutes from now and we can just keep chatting. And okay, great, whatever. And so we're outside, the Uber pulls up, we get into the back. It's like a minivan and we're chilling. Cause at this time we're Northwest DC. We both lived in Northern Virginia. So all of a sudden we're getting through the city and all of a sudden the phone rings, the Uber driver's phone rings, and the driver, this woman, answers and says, she goes, I can't even tell this without laughing. She goes, hey, I can't talk right now. I got to be quick. I'm pretending to be an Uber driver for your broke ass brother.
What?
So I look at him. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I just hear that? So I look at him and he is just staring off, pretending like he has no idea what's going on. I'm like, this is your mom? And he was like, shushing me. I'm like, you called your mom for a ride?
Oh,
And
that is
she is
funny.
in the mirror smirking and like nodding, and he's like giving her like death, super like terrible looks.
Wow.
And I know, and then so when she drops me off, finally, she was like, "Oh, it was so nice to meet you, sweetie. Probably the first and the
Rebecca
last,
said,
but it was
Re-
nice."
Rebecca said, great mom.
I know. And so then it's like, I was younger back then and a little bit, but I don't know. When I lived out there, it changed me a little bit. People were a little bougie. And so in my mind, I'm like, this guy. But, now that I'm like older, I think back, like, he was genius.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
that
smart.
could have been like the best mother-in-law, to go along with
Like,
those
yeah, like
shenanigans and
that.
stuff.
Yeah, that mom. Yeah, she wins best mom of the year award for that, man.
Yeah. But I know at first I think I was just in shock. Like, why wouldn't
Yeah,
you just tell me? Like, why wouldn't you
yeah. You're
say,
not
hey,
thinking
hey,
about it
come?
back then, right?
Yeah. I just was like super, super shocked.
That's a good
So
story. That was funny as hell. Man, I can only
that's,
imagine. Like, wait, so how long ago was that? When did that happen? Like, how old were
that
you?
would have been 2013. It would have been before like
Okay,
Ubers had, like they weren't marked. It was, you just had the app.
got
They
it.
didn't have the little lights on them,
It could have been a creepy
anything
guy
like that.
kidnapping you. You wouldn't know.
No, and that's then like also thinking about it from the safety perspective, he could have called anybody. Like I
Yeah.
didn't, you know.
Well, no. Where I started to laugh was when you said a van pulled up.
Well, let's not. I got stories about kidnapper vans too, so let's. Yeah, but that's a campfire story. That's a campfire story.
That's
So
funny. Funny. Okay, so you said you got a sad story for us.
yeah, this one was
Wait,
super sad.
is this wait is this like so sad it's gonna like ruin our night? Like, is it that
Um,
sad?
like it ended up on Dateline and Oxygen Channel.
Okay, let's do it.
Um, so I started dating this guy that like nice guy. There was like a little bit, I had kind of like player vibes a little bit, but I
Hmm.
mean, he was nice. I mean, it wasn't anything serious. Like we went out just several times, but we started talking about I told him how like July 4th is just like when I like to take off. I don't care about the winter holidays and stuff like that. And he
Right.
asked, what do I have planned? And I said, I don't know. I was thinking about going to like the beach or the bay or something. And he was like, we should totally do something. Like I'm off that weekend or week or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, we
Right.
totally should. Well, that same night, I had also told him that I was just feeling too lazy to go to the gym. And he was like, "Oh, don't make excuses." And I mean, and I'm like, "No, I'm totally making excuses tonight." So I didn't think much of it, but then all of a sudden he like completely ghosted me.
Oh,
So, which I thought was weird because I'm like, "Did you really ghost me? Like you tried to make plans with me for like 3 weeks, coming up, but you
right.
ghosted me because I skipped the gym tonight, like
Oh,
after just working a million hours this week." So I
that's a
didn't
winner.
think, yeah. So, I mean, I didn't really know. I thought that was so strange. And I'm like, that's just like a cruddy thing to ghost somebody for, but whatever. Okay. I mean, didn't think anything of it. So like fast forward, like it was almost, I don't even know, almost like 8 years later, 9 years later, I am watching Dateline. So I just
Oh
totally
God,
forgot
here we
about
go.
the guy. But I've never really been ghosted like that before. Like usually if you're gonna get ghosted. Like if a guy's not interested and maybe they just don't
Yeah,
have the heart to tell
yeah.
you.
I mean,
I don't
unless
really
you're just completely oblivious to everything, you know.
yeah. Like I don't I have friends that say, "Oh, I was ghosted after the first date." No, you weren't ghosted. He just doesn't have the, you know, balls to tell you why he's not interested. Like
Right.
that's not ghosted. To me, like making plans with somebody like for a weekend, that's ghosted.
Right.
So anyway, I'm just watching Dateline and I'm working and I look
Wait, and you
up
said
and
this
I'm
was
like,
8 years later.
yeah, probably about 8 years later or so.
Okay. Got
I'm
it.
watching Dateline, and it starts, you know how they start with that voice, and they're like talking all serious, and this man, and I look up, I'm like, oh, he was kind of cute, and then I said, wait a minute, he looks kind of familiar. So then when they say the name, he's the victim that is on the screen. So then when they say the name, I'm like, God, I'm like, that name is so familiar to me. And I'm like, so as they say he was a car salesman. So I'm like, no,
So that
no.
was him.
So right. So then I look in my phone because, I mean, my contacts just carry over. I don't get rid of contacts because I need to know creepy people that try to re-enter my life. I want to know, who they are. So I look in my contacts and I'm like, yep, that was him. So as I'm watching the show, I realize he didn't actually ghost me. Like he was ghosted basically by his neighbor who was like a traveling nurse. Um, and it was so that happened in 2012, but
Okay.
she actually didn't get caught until several years later because like they interviewed her, but she tried to she tried to make it sound like there was a drug dealer involved or there was something else involved and made up all these kind of stories. Well,
Right, I made up a bunch of crap.
yeah. So there was a traveler that was sitting stuck in traffic, and they noticed the weapon that was used in the like on the side of the highway. They found it, so they traced it back to a pawn shop in Mississippi, which is where the visiting nurse was originally from. And so she didn't even get convicted and arrested until like 5 years after the fact.
Jeez, down in Mississippi. Damn.
Yeah. So that was like my sad story. So then it was weird because then I'm like, well, I guess I wasn't really ghosted, but then, I mean like
I bet you
super
felt better
heartbreak,
about yourself.
right? Super heartbreaking for like family, his family and all of that.
Well,
So
hopefully you weren't thinking about it for the 8 years it took you to figure out what happened.
no, I didn't think about it, but like I'm a pretty straight up person, so it was literally the only time I'm like, that is like the only time I've been ghosted. Like, dang, like don't make plans with me. Just be like, hey, I changed my mind, or hey, I started talking to somebody else. Like
Right.
that was just weird. So on occasion, every time like my sad friend constantly talks about getting ghosted, I'm like, no, no, they are not ghosting you. They just met with you for dinner and saw like 8 million red flags. So occasionally when she would have her pity parties, I would
Right.
think about that. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean those were good. No, I mean those were good stories. I think that first one was super cool though. I think man, just the
oh,
thing.
I got more of those. I got
All right,
I
give us one more.
I
Give us one more.
oh gosh.
Or you could take a break, think about it, get yourself together, and then I'll bring you back in.
Okay. Oh, okay, I can tell you one right now.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it.
So
My dad's
okay,
drunk,
so
so
we're
let's go.
so I meet this guy and I see him pull up. We're meeting for dinner, blind date. I met him online and he pulls up in a Bentley, and I was like, okay, okay, he's pulling up in a Bentley. And
Was it
so
a
in my
rental?
mind, I'm like, this is much better than the last person because I had got catfish 2 times in a row before that. One was by somebody who told me that they were 6 foot, but then they said it was a typo because they were only 3'6". And the other one was like this guy that was like 70 pretending to be like 30. So when I saw the
Yeah, you know
regular
what? That'd
guy
be
that
good.
looked like his picture,
That'd be a good deal because I'm
what?
I'm short. I'm 5'6". I think if I put 6'5", boom, if I get caught,
It just
just
say it
flip
was a
it.
typo. You flipped it around.
Yeah, I put the wrong
Yeah.
number first, guys. All right, go ahead.
That's
Sorry.
that's exactly what you told me. It was a typo. So so when I saw him like, okay, pictures match. He's driving a Bentley. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a good dinner. So I'm sitting there. Well, I worked for a program that I was also on call for all the time. And so I would kind of preface like, hey, if I get a call, I may have to answer it. And so normally I know the government phone numbers that would call me for placements and stuff. And So this number kept calling, and I'm like, I don't think this is one of their numbers, but I'm like, maybe somebody's calling from their cell phone. So I'm like,
Mhm.
hold on just a second. Let me grab this phone number. And this woman's like, are you with my husband, Bernard? I was like,
What?
no. And I was like, no, I'm not with Bernard. I'm with somebody named
What?
Derek.
Oh, I'm good.
And then
Wait,
when his
wait, wait,
face,
wait. Hold on,
his
hold on.
face.
Sorry, I missed that. So
Okay.
wait, a girl called you?
Yes, I
The
took a
wife.
phone call during the date, and she says, "Are you with my husband Bernard?"
Got it. Got it. Okay, that's what I
And
thought.
I
Just making
said,
sure.
no, I'm with somebody. No, I'm not with a Bernard. And then his face looks like, like, oh, he has that oh crap look on his face. I said,
Oh, shit.
well, I thought I'm with somebody named Derek, but by the looks on his face, his name might be Bernard. So then I put the phone on speakerphone. And I said, "Here, is this your husband?" And I said, "Speak. Is this your wife?" And so next thing you know, and mind you, now the whole restaurant can hear this because it's like on speakerphone and we're all crowded in there. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, Bernard, I have to track your phone bills to find out when you're stepping out on me again. I just bought you this new Bentley and now you're trying to go find a young
Oh,
girl." And
jeez.
and so then I'm like, oh
Sugar
my
mama.
gosh. I'm like, I can't win. So then I said, okay, excuse me, ma'am. I'm gonna hang up my phone. I'm gonna let you talk to Bernard on his phone, but I'm gonna let him pay for the dinner, or perhaps you might be paying for this dinner. I'm sorry, I had no idea. I thought his name was Derek. So yeah.
Angie, what- like your stories, like
I struggled when I moved to the East Coast. I'm from Nebraska, so I'm just like a regular, like I like sports and
right.
chill things. And
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
just did it. It was hard to find people out there. It was just a whole,
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah, it was a whole bizarre. I mean, like
Wait,
one
so
day
what?
actually,
What state are you in now?
I'm in Nebraska now. So I
Oh,
moved
okay,
back
got
to
it, got
Nebraska. Yeah.
it, got it, got it. They always come back.
I I know. I ask myself why every day.
That's fun.
Now I don't fit in because they like I I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm from the city, so I didn't know about like
Oh,
country things.
Keely,
Now I kind of live in the country. So when I first got out here, I asked my coworker if she could stop the car. So, oh, that looks good. So I
yeah. So
could
Keely, it's just he doesn't have a cup. It's just he's drinking all the whiskey over here.
What?
the little moonshine shooters.
Oh yeah. Previous one was better.
Whiskey girl said dating is so tough.
Yeah, but now I have to learn about country stuff. Like they don't want to talk to me unless I know about cows and harvest and stuff like that.
Don't leave him alone. Well, dude, Google.
Well, I have had to do that quite a
Go
bit.
on YouTube. Do this. Google. How do I milk the teat of a cow?
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Or get somebody else to do it for you.
Well, no,
I
because she's
actually
got to
have
learn because she's
I've
saying that.
learned about I've learned about cows on TikToks.
There you go. There you go.
Somehow I ended up on cows of TikTok or something like that.
You ended up on the farm side.
Do you want to hear
We're
a
in Big
crazy
Bear,
campfire?
California right now. We got Angie
What
right
part
now
of
sharing her love life.
um Do you want to hear a funny campfire story?
I'll leave it up to everybody in the room. You guys let Angie know if you want to hear a campfire story from her.
It was kind of funny, kind of scary.
I'll give you guys 30 seconds to say yes or no. All right, Angie, keep an eye out on the comments.
Okay. Yes, dear. Yes. Yes. Okay. Looks like I see no no's yet. Okay. They
I
say
think you're
go
safe.
for it. So I'll
Yeah,
go
I
for
think
it.
you're safe.
Okay. So earlier in the day when we were at the beach, at the little lake, it's not really a beach, the lake, some older guys did try to entice us into their van. those type of vans from like the 80s.
Yeah, the rape
I don't know
van.
how old you guys are, but like in the 80s, we called them kidnapper vans. So
Well,
needless to say,
wait,
we
wait,
had
wait,
to
wait,
like,
wait, wait. I don't know where you're from, lady, but we call them rape vans.
oh, well, they turned into those in the 90s, but in the 80s, they were kidnapper vans. So
They had like the duct tape over the
anyway,
windows.
so we were already on edge because like these dudes, just they were being creepy at the lake, and we were there with a bunch of people and a bunch of younger girls. Anyway, so we are where we were camping, we all had a big campfire and we're sitting in our lawn chairs and we're like right up against the edge of the woods and stuff. And there's trails back there, so we heard, rustling and just assumed like people are walking through there and stuff. Well, something kept like touching me on my butt on the bottom of the lawn chair. Like it was like somebody was like walking by and smacking, and everyone's like, I didn't see anything. I'm like, somebody is messing with me. And then somebody else said that somebody tapped the side of her boob. And so we're just like, who is creeping? So then we're thinking it's these creepy guys. We're thinking it's these creepy guys, in the woods kind of creeping in around our camp stuff and all that. So then all of the guys go and they start like looking through the woods. Pops is just chilling over there.
Hold on. Because everybody in the comments is like, they're watching him hold this little
Chug,
glass.
chug.
Antifreeze.
All right, sorry, Angie. I'm a
Oh,
rude.
it's okay.
All right, go
No,
ahead.
you're not rude. Okay, so they looked in the woods. They're like, nobody is in the woods. Nobody is touching you guys, but everybody is like, no, somebody just touched me.
Right.
So we
Wait, and
move on.
how many of there were you in the woods?
There was probably like 10 of us, probably 10 to 15. Yeah. So then we go to start making s'mores and stuff. We kind of move forward. Let's start making s'mores. So I am holding my s'more, and all of a sudden I feel somebody tugging at it. And I'm like, who is trying to take my s'more? And somebody like shines the flashlight over there. And it was the biggest raccoon I've ever seen in my life that was like
Raccoons are
wrestling
so
me
awesome.
for my s'more. So then like we started thinking, well, there were no creepy people coming from the woods. It was probably the raccoon like coming around getting our attention the whole time. I gave him my snore. I'm like, he can have that. He can have that. I wasn't going to continue to wrestle him for that.
Right. Dude, raccoons are so awesome.
Yeah.
They're
Except for
hands.
except for they're not cool when you see them having relations with a cat, like
Yeah.
a house cat.
Oh, I want to see a video of that though. Maybe I can Google it.
We couldn't get a video, but we did meet the offspring.
Wait, what does that look like? I'll have
Um
to Google. I'll Google. I'll Google it. So they
it was like
can
it was like
really, and they survive.
it looked like a cat with a bushy tail like a raccoon, but it had like a more it had like a face that had like thick fur around the face. Sorry, that took a turn. Sorry,
Wait, so
guys.
that was no, we're not talking about Maine Coons, right? That wouldn't be the same cat.
No, it was like a stray house cat and a raccoon at the dumpster that I interrupted their relations
All right,
when I
gotta
went
look.
to
I'm
get
gonna
my
look that up.
car.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Whiskey Girl. She said, "My dad had a pet raccoon until it tore up the drapes."
Yeah, those things are mean.
Daniel said, I hope that's your name, Daniel. It looks like it says Daniel. We have chipmunks at the RV spot I love.
I don't even know what a chipmunk is.
Dude, you never watched Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Oh, like those people? Yeah, well, I know what those are.
It's
But are
those
they like
people.
real animals?
Hey, Angie, chipmunks aren't people.
Oh, I thought they were just cartoons.
No, they're real. Like, have you ever seen what's that? It's Disney. Chip and Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are chipmunks.
No, the Chippendales I know are not Disney related.
No. If you look at this face right here, there you go. A chipmunk.
Funny. Looks like a cat that got electrocuted. A drink, Angie, it will all become clear. Yes, Rescue Rangers. Exactly.
See, I have whiskey right here.
Let me see. It's hard for me to see because it's way. Oh, actually, I can look right here. Oh, there's just a delay over here.
Yeah, this one.
Chasing Laura said, I like Angie.
Oh, I like
Looks
you
good.
too. You can follow me if you want. I put
Yeah,
some
I'll
of
shoot.
my stories on my. I make TikToks about my crazy life.
I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you. Hold on. I don't even know if I can. Nah, it won't let me do it right now. Yeah, because I'm gonna do another story time, so I'd like to bring you back in. Hey, Chasing Laura, you said you have whiskey. Do you have any stories for us?
Yeah, Chasing Laura, you should get on there.
I could add another. I think I can add up to 3 people. So, or anybody else? David, do you have any funny stories, or scary stories, or effed up stories? Anybody in here have a story? I'll
I
bring
wish
you
I
in.
could tell my work stories, but I can't.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. I don't want to get you fired.
Yeah, I'm a sworn,
Laura, it doesn't have to be dating stories. Angie's the one that
It
made
could
it
be.
turn into a dating story. We actually we got a theme here. We went from a forensic investigator talking about dead bodies to Angie's dating stories and love life. We have a theme here. It's all right, David. Next time we're gonna do this again tomorrow night, out here. So, you know, maybe about the same time. So, don't worry about it. We'll hear your stories tomorrow if you're available.
Have to bring more?
Oh, somebody has a
Oh,
creepy. Somebody has a creepy. Honey to Real has a creepy dating story.
Honey, to real, you want to come in the live and tell us your story? Just send me an invite and I'll go ahead and accept it. Let me know. While we're waiting, guys, make sure you keep hitting like on this video, and please, every one of you, just share it maybe once or twice, just so we can keep the volume up. I don't want anybody wasting their time telling stories to 2 people. So we'll give it about 2 minutes, Angie. So if you want to take a break or something, or
Okay,
drink one for my dad or something.
we'll let the person with the creepy. I think some of my people, some of my followers, might have came in here. I see some familiar names. I got a
I'm
few
never looking at a
friends.
raccoon and a cat the same. I'm in a small town by a mountain.
That sounds
Oh,
creepy.
Daisy Doobie Doo, which means she's probably high as hell right now. Wants to know if Dad has a story.
Oh,
where my memory is? No.
hey, Dad's had a little bit too much moonshine tonight too.
No, it's not that. It's just.
Oh no, it's Jonathan. It's my brother.
Oh.
My brother wants you to say a story.
No.
Oh no,
All right.
look. Laura said she wants to tell a story too. Hey, Jonathan, you missed it earlier. I don't know if you were in here earlier, but I had a forensic investigator in the channel telling us a couple stories of her job. And then we got Angie in here right now, and she was telling us about her effed up love life.
Yeah, it's pretty depressing.
Oh, what? So we got Chelsea said, "Oh, Dad, tell us stories about Justin."
Oh,
You don't
Right?
want
What's a
that. You
Justin
don't want
story? Here, I'll get out of the live so your brother can. I don't know how to get out of this live, so your brother can
that.
come in.
Here, I'll close you out. Yeah, Angie, I'll follow you as soon as we get out
Oh,
of here. But stay in here and hang out a little bit with us. We'll probably be on for another hour or so. Oh, and she got it. Yeah, before I let my brother in, I gotta make sure I let him know what to say and what not to say. But yeah, Jonathan, we'll be back on tomorrow night for Campfire Stories Part 2. My brother's actually going to, his soon-to-be wife is pregnant, and tomorrow they're going to find out the gender of the baby. So everybody congratulate my brother. David said, I'm surprised you don't need a bathroom break. I'm not filtering my brother, I'm filtering him. Exactly. Once you go pee once, it keeps coming.
Yep.
That's why we ain't going.
And if you see him leave to go to the tree, oh well.
Oh, okay. So Honey to Real sent us an invite. She's going to tell us a creepy story.
Oh, okay.
So let's see what she's got to say.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. So Honey to Real in the house. And
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hey.
yeah, how are you?
I have a sinus infection, so it kind of sucks right now.
Oh man, how long have you had it? Is it bad or?
I've had it like a couple days. No, my daughter got strep throat tested like Friday, and like as soon as it come back positive, I start feeling sick. So
Well,
might
make
be
sure
just like a
you
head
get a lot
thing,
of
but
rest.
definitely. Well,
All right.
this creepy thing happened to me, right?
All right.
So I've been with my husband now like 8 years in July this year.
All right. Congratulations on that.
Thanks. And I get this weird friend request on Facebook last week. It was last week, so this is really creepy.
Okay.
And it's like a Rick and Morty picture. It's not a picture of the real person. So I'm like, okay. And I go and something tells me to go look at my message request. I go in my message request and it's like, hey, and I'm like, oh my God, who is this? So I'm like, hey, do I know you? He's like, yeah, you don't know my name? You don't recognize my name? And I'm like, no, you don't even have a picture of yourself, so I don't know who I'm talking to, but do I know you? He's like, oh, yeah, we dated in 2013. And I was like, what?
Wait, how long ago was this that you got this message?
This was last week.
And he's saying we dated in 2013?
Yeah. So I'm
Did we
like,
even have
okay.
Facebook back then?
I was like, okay, like, I still don't know who you are by you don't have like a picture. So he sends me a collage picture of pictures from me from like 2013.
What?
He kept pictures from me like from 2013 till right now, like present day.
Yeah, that's
He kept
creepy.
this collage of me. And I was like,
That's creepy.
oh my God, like I'm like married, I have 2 kids. Like, he's like, oh, you're a hard person to find. I said, oh, I'm about to be like a really harder person to find. You're about to
Yeah,
get
like I'm not looking to be found by you.
Yeah, like it was so creepy. Like 9 years, almost 9 years.
Wow.
You haven't like spoke to me. And here's the creepiest part. Like, we met online and I never dated him. I never had any physical touch with this person or anything like that.
Wait. So how did he get? Wait. So did he get the pictures of you from social media?
That was, I guess, like years ago, like in 2013, I had sent 2 pictures of myself. From like, I guess, from the phone.
Okay.
And he kept them.
Wait, did we even have cell phones in 2013?
You're asking the wrong person to remember.
I can't remember. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. 2013.
Oh yeah, we had phones.
Let's see.
We had phones. I think.
Oh yeah.
We had phones.
Oh, you're right. Okay, sorry. My dad's
you're
drunk.
fine.
Sorry.
It was like, it's just creepy, like
that is
out
creepy,
of
man.
nowhere. And like, he continued to like write me, and I had to like block him because like I really was like scared. Like, you like 9 whole years still have pictures of me that I don't even look like that anymore.
That's crazy. Wait, so with you seeing those pictures, did it remind you? Okay,
yeah, it reminded me of who he was. Like,
okay.
I remember the reason why I stopped talking to him and everything, because he was like, I didn't like want to meet him, like, because back then I was like, what? I was younger than 18. I'm 30
Right.
now.
Right.
So like I was like younger than 18. And I was like, I'm not meeting up with somebody I've never like met in person, because
Block
back
'em.
then
Yep.
it's
Block their
scary
ass. That's it.
now. It's
Block
scary
them.
now, but it was scarier back then, you know. But like we only dated for a week, and for the week time, like I remember like the last conversation I had with him, he was like talking about killing himself because I didn't want to like talk to him anymore. So
Oh, so
it's
now
even scarier.
you know who he is now.
Yeah, because now that it's like clicked, it's even scarier that you found me on Facebook after 9 years. Like I even
Jeez.
have like a different name. Like it's my
What?
Facebook name is not the same as my name. You know what I mean? Like I
So
have like I added names to it.
so he really wanted to find. Wait, do you guys have mutual friends that you know of?
No, no, no.
Okay, so he's literally been
He,
hunting and obsessing over you to
I'm
find you.
dancing. I told my husband about it. He was like, I know I shouldn't. I'm not supposed to say bad things, but he's like, you can send him a picture of you know what, He was like, he
A
won't
lot of
bother
blame
you
your
no
husband.
more.
Yeah, you should be like, oh, hey, I'll send you a pic, and then just take a picture of your husband and send it to him.
That's
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, that's my creepy story. I've been like holding on to that story for a while, and then I got on you guys live, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to tell my story."
just be careful.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
be
My
careful.
honey, my dad said be careful, and it
Oh,
sounds like you are.
yeah, we're definitely careful. We got protection everywhere.
Good,
Good,
good.
good, good, good. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
but thanks
Yeah,
for letting
that's
me
cool.
tell my crazy creepy story.
Hell yeah. No, that was awesome. I mean, man.
It's helpful to everybody else.
Yeah, I think.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure. It's happened to a lot of people. I mean, I don't. I think it's
and
happened to
and
my
I
dad.
even
No, it
I
hasn't
to be
happened to me, but everybody else,
yeah,
No, it's
it's
good.
creepy. Like a whole 9 years, like looking for me.
Right,
That's crazy. You weren't looking very hard because it's been on
Damn,
Facebook
right.
forever.
that's
So
crazy. Well, I appreciate you sharing your story, and please follow me. And then when we're probably gonna get on again tomorrow night. If you have any other stories, it doesn't even have to have like a punchline to it. I do appreciate you coming in. That was awesome of you.
oh yeah, definitely. You guys have
Cool.
a good night.
Yeah,
You
you
do
too.
the same.
Get some sleep.
I will.
All right, take care. All right, guys. That was good of Honey to come in. Make sure you guys follow her. Um, maybe she'll join us again tomorrow night with a different story. Are you guys still drinking? Is there anybody else drinking besides my dad?
Oh, disregard the individual here talking.
I need mimosa, and I have more questions before we go. You could ask questions, but I want to make it clear this is not for dating. So we're having stories, we're hanging out, we're drinking, we're having a good time together. Don't
Relaxation.
Yeah, don't come on here saying you want to date me, okay?
And I don't think you would anyway.
So now for the Justin stories. You guys got one of my stories. I'm gonna save those to post those in actual format on TikTok when I do my stories. I don't want to waste them because I don't have that many good ones. Let's see. Okay, so Dad, did you drink that other one? So
Yeah.
let's see which one you drank so we can
Oh,
let them know.
Both of them.
So
The first one was the best.
okay,
The
so
blueberry was the first one. That was the one after the first one.
You ripped off the label.
No, I didn't. You have to have a light to look at it.
Wait, so the apple pie was the first one or the second one you had?
Well, which was this bottle?
I don't
furthest away.
This
Okay.
was apple pie too. You drank 2 apple pies.
Well, you gave them to me.
No,
I think
you drank them all. Hey guys, look, all 3 of them are empty, and he drank them all.
But the best one
Okay.
is the blueberry.
No, the blackberry.
dark one.
The blackberry.
Whatever one berry.
Okay.
But that's the best one.
So my dad likes the blackberry.
Yes.
By Old Smoky. If you guys do try
Yes.
it, you can get the smaller samples. They're cheaper than the big bottles.
But that's the best. It tasted good.
Wait, so it tasted like blackberry?
Yes, it was good. It was very good.
Got it.
These ones I didn't care for the taste. You know.
Got it.
That's
okay.
the whole thing.
So apple pie's out.
And when you get old, hey, that's what counts.
He
Taste.
says, "Leave him alone. Let him have his apple pie."
There you go. I agree.
I'm proud of
No
Papa.
apple pie, blueberry.
Yeah, Laura said the blackberries are the best.
There you go. I agree.
All right, guys. Well, we've had 3 guests on here for tonight. I think we're gonna go ahead and bounce out. I do appreciate all the beer donations to the beer fund. Thanks to everybody for joining us. A big thank you to David, my moderator, and also the contributor for our whiskey tasting this morning, or not this morning, or early in the video. So everybody make sure you guys follow David. He does like big women himself, so go follow him. We're gonna go ahead and hop on here again tomorrow night, so I would love for you to join us. See if we can get a few more guests on here, hear some stories. If you guys have any stories and you didn't come on tonight, think of it, and then I'll bring you on tomorrow night when we get back on. So Chasing Laura, if you want to donate it, you could do my Cash App. David, go ahead and just put my Cash App in the comments section. Like I said, you guys don't have to donate anything. So, whatever we can do.
You can see who's using who.
Don't have Cash App. I don't have Venmo. I only use Cash App. But David has Cash App. You could send it to David, and then David could just forward it to me. David, if you want to talk to Laura and make that happen, that'd be great. And then if you send it, let me know. Me and my dad will go check out the liquor store tomorrow. We'll see if we can find what you recommend. If I can find it tomorrow, we'll have it on the live tomorrow night. If not, we'll have to wait till I get back home Tuesday night and find it then. Cool, Laura. I appreciate that. Just get with David Castillo. David, follow Laura. Go ahead and coordinate that for me. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night. I'll probably be random on live throughout the day tomorrow, but we'll go ahead and do the campfire stories again tomorrow night. I appreciate all of you coming in. I just posted some new TikTok videos, so go follow that. Go follow me on Instagram. I'll talk to you guys later. Dad, do you have anything to say?
Nah, appreciate y'all listening, but